biggest matches that left me kind of in awe was when Baylor knocked out of the NCAA tournament. Like, come on now. And then recently I just saw an intense match, the first overtime match in the NCAA tournament, Wisconsin and Florida, and I was able to watch that game, partly the second half, and it came down to the wire, and it was just an incredible match. Just the competition between both teams, it was going back and forth either way, and yet Florida came up on top. But with that said, with those two matches, we are now left with 8 teams still left in the NCAA tournament. So let's review on how I did in each region. In the East region, I went 0-2, sadly, because both teams were knocked out. In the Midwest, I went 1-1, pretty decent. In the Midwest, I went 2-0, I think. I went 2-0. And in the South, I went 1-1. Now we are moving on to the Elite 8 with some pretty high intense matches, if I say so myself. In the East region, you have Florida and South Carolina. 2 teams that I did not expect to be in this position at all, except maybe for Wisconsin, but they lost to Florida. But in this matchup, I really don't know who to choose, but obviously, I haven't even made a selection yet, so I think just with the way how things have been going with each team, I don't know who to choose. Okay, I made my decision. I mean, I already have, but I'm gonna go with Florida in the East region. Moving on to the West, you have Gonzaga and Xavier. Xavier's been pulling all the upsets in this tournament. The recent one was over Arizona in the Sweet 16. I really wanted Arizona to win, but I think I mentioned that in a different video. They just couldn't make their shots when it counted, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Gonzaga and Xavier. Which team am I gonna pick? Well, as one of the #1 seeded teams, that's who I'm gonna go choose. I'm gonna go choose Gonzaga. If I say this, will it happen? Could Xavier pull off another upset, upsetting a seeded #1 team? It's possible. I think I jinxed it when I said that in my last video and Arizona lost. Hey, don't blame me. Just kidding. Moving on to the West, you have Kansas and Oregon. 2 really good teams, 2 top 4 seeded teams. This is not really a hard choice, but it's just one overall that just let me make it clear now I want to see all the 1 seeds make it to the Final 4, so that kind of, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas in this Midwest region. And finally, in the South region, it's gonna be a #1 versus #2, North Carolina and Kentucky. I said that the best team was gonna win in my Sweet 16 video. UCLA didn't pull that off when I predicted them to go on, but in this matchup, as I said, I want all the #1 seeds to go to the Final 4. So, I mean, North Carolina has been dominating since their first game, so why not go with them? But I'm really looking forward to that matchup when I watch it today. Whenever this video goes up, it should be Saturday. But yeah, so reiterating which teams I'm going to go for in the Elite 8. I'm going to go for Florida, Gonzaga, Kansas, and North Carolina. Oh, it's exciting. March Madness is March Madness for a reason. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any other disagreements with my predictions, different opinions, just want to name what your team you're going to go for in the Elite 8, just let me know in the comments below. It's going to be a wild one. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in the next prediction video. Take care.